The Christian character formula. The fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long-suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, self-control. Against such there is no law. Jesus said, "For I have given you an example." Are we now forming characters for heaven? No character can be complete without trial and suffering. We must be tested. We must be tried, as Jesus was tempted for 40 days in the desert. Christ bore the test of character on our behalf, that we might bear this test in our own behalf through the divine strength he has brought to us. Christ is our example in patience, in forbearance, in meekness, and lowliness of mind. He was at variance and at war with the whole ungodly world, yet he did not give way to passion and violence manifested in words and actions, although receiving shameful abuse in return for good works. He was afflicted, he was rejected and despitefully treated, yet he didn't retaliate. He possessed self-control, dignity and majesty. He suffered with calmness, and when abused, gave only compassion, pity and love. We need to copy our Redeemer in these things. Don't get excited when things go wrong. Do not let self arise and lose your self-control because you fancy things are not as they should be. Because others are wrong is no excuse for you to do wrong. Two wrongs will not make one right. You have victories to gain in order to overcome, as Christ overcame. Christ never murmured, never uttered discontent, displeasure, or resentment. He was never disheartened, discouraged, ruffled, or fretted. He was patient, calm, self-possessed under the most exciting and trying circumstances. All his works were performed with a quiet dignity and ease, whatever commotion was going on around him. Applause didn't elate him. He feared not the threats of his enemies. He moved amid the world of excitement, of violence and crime, as the sun moves above the clouds. Human passions and commotions and trials were beneath him. He sailed like the sun above them all. Yet he was not indifferent to the woes of men. His heart was ever touched with the sufferings and necessities of his fellow men, as though he himself was the one afflicted. He had a calm inward joy, a peace which was serene. His will was ever swallowed up in the will of his Father. "Not my will, but thine be done," was heard from his pale and quivering lips in the Garden of Gethsemane. We must have the faith that prophets foretold and apostles preached about, the faith that works by love and purifies the soul. He that overcomes shall be clothed in white raiment, and I will confess his name before my Father and before his angels, Jesus tells us in Revelation 3 and verse 5. God bless you, friend.